Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. In the build up and the excitement to the Minara Business Awards happening on the 28th of October, inshallah, that Hilaal TV is proud to be broadcasting live. We're speaking to a few of the nominees and understanding their stories and, their valuable lessons that they've learned over the years to get them to where they are today. It's my great privilege to welcome Yasiera Suleiman. Assalamu alaikum, Yasiera. Thank you for joining us.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and jazakallah for this opportunity.
No, it's an absolute pleasure. Yasiera, a well-known name, in community circles, someone who's been selfless, driving community initiatives over the many years. Tell us a little bit about your story, Yasiera.
My story, where did it begin actually? My story is quite an interesting story. It began, I think it was in 2008. Yes, definitely 2008. We're just coming up, kids were little, just trying to get my profession going. I'm an optometrist by qualification, and I don't say by profession because I think I've now become more of a humanitarian by profession. But getting practices started, getting kids growing, and then suddenly, alhamdulillah, you start earning and the kids start growing and you wonder, okay, what's our purpose in life? And then you start trying to teach the kids also about the less privileged and, how fortunate we are. So I decided in 2008 to do a very small project with my kids, which is, so I practice in the township of Kwamashu, and I told my kids, let's do something for Eid, for this little madrasa behind our practice, and gift them for Eid and do what, we can make up this whole lot of gifts. So it was me and my 4 children that made up these beautiful gifts and went and gifted these children for Eid. And I think that's what hooked me at that stage, because when I looked at that madrasa and I looked at these kids and we looked at the smiles on their faces and when we looked at the appreciation and when we looked at where they live and where they come from and where we are so blessed and they basically had nothing. And from then on, I think one thing led to another. And then obviously being in, within mums committees in schools, being within your social circles that you are and within your kids' friends, and you start telling others about what little that you did and the joy and the satisfaction it brought to you as well as to the recipients. And the very next year, I had a whole lot of social networking and within our social networks and within our my kids' friends, moms who said, hey, we want to join you and we want our kids to be part of this. And it grew to, and I must say in 2008, we just did literally 30 gifts for a very small madrasa. And the very next year, it grew to 180. We extended it to 2 madrasas in the township. And from there, things grew and grew and grew. And it just wasn't anymore just gifts. It became feeding programs. It became gifting jerseys during winter time. It became doing a little bit of blankets during winter time. Then it became in Ramadan. We started feeding madrasas. We started feeding on Saturdays within communities, the disadvantaged communities. And one thing led to another. And alhamdulillah, we then realized that now we need a little bit of a formal organization, a bit of formalization. And alhamdulillah, Caring Sisters Network was born in 2012, I would say unofficially, but officially, and I call it officially because then we started getting into account with formalizing and getting bank accounts and everything organized. And that's where Caring Sisters Network was officially launched in 2014. But in between all of that, I have been also very active in the Islamic Medical Association, being passionate about my profession and passionate about giving back. It wasn't only about giving back in the social network and the communities. I also wanted to look back and say, what can I do within my profession? And I joined the Islamic Medical Association in 2003. At that time, I just got involved in the convention, and one thing led to another. And alhamdulillah, 2008, 2009, I got involved in establishing the very first Islamic Medical Association optometry clinics. I founded those clinics. Alhamdulillah, the very first clinic was in Marion Hill. Within the Islamic Medical Association clinic, I said, guys, you guys are doing only medical, and why is there no allied health? And they said, well, come and join us. If you think you can do something, then go ahead. And that's when I got a few optometrists together. And I said, guys, we need a few colleagues and a few friends from campus. And I said, we need equipment and let's start off a clinic for the disadvantaged. And that's where, alhamdulillah, we established the first optometry Islamic Medical Association clinic in Marion Hill. And then 3 years later, we established the next one in Malagasy. And Brother Mohamed, from there, one thing led to another, and everything, alhamdulillah, just grew. And then I think the awakening came to me that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala somehow chooses certain people who are kind of capable, who are capable of networking, who are capable of getting people together, like-minded mums, like-minded women. And alhamdulillah, since then, the Caring Sisters Network has risen beyond expectations. And I think our expectations rose beyond our own expectations into the period of COVID. So that's where we are today. I'm now currently the chairperson of Islamic Medical Association Durban. I've convened the conventions. I run the optometry clinics. Being the chairperson, I've obviously taken on a huge role in Durban. During COVID, I obviously took, I very often marry now. I marry CSN, which we commonly known as Caring Sisters Network is CSN. I commonly marry CSN, Islamic Medical and Islamic Medical Association. And it just becomes a bit easier when you're part of both organizations to run the programs together. So very often I tend to do things with CSN as well as IMA, where we bring in the health perspective, as well as the social and the, all our other programs, which is feeding and hampers. And there's so much we do. I can talk so much, but I think I'll stop there. You just asked me where did it start, and I think I went to beyond where did it start. But that's where we are today. Alhamdulillah, we are one of the biggest women's organizations in Durban. We have a huge network of donors, alhamdulillah. We have a huge network of supporters, volunteers, as well as core committee members.
Alhamdulillah, Yasiera, what a story. And I know you were apologizing there at the end for telling it to us, but I mean, I think it's inspirational. And I think that's what we're looking for here. We're looking for inspiration. As I said, we're looking for hope. And we commend you. The community commends you. Hilaal TV commends you. Our viewers, Minara. And really, congratulations on being a nominee. We wish you all of the best, inshallah, and please carry on doing the good work that you're doing, but also inspiring us, as I say, more than anything else. Jazakallah for your time.
Jazakallah for having me on, and inshallah we'll see you next week, inshallah.
Inshallah we'll see you next week. Jazakallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.